Hi, I'm Jaya Raji Mathai. Today I have Mrs. Reena Varghese with me. You know that, especially after COVID, one of the main issues parents are facing is the kids are too much using the phone or some telephone addictions. But we know that not only for the kids, adults also. But today we are going to discuss about the kids are using phones, the advantage and disadvantage of kids using phones, and how we can uh, help them to use it in a healthy manner. So, Mrs. Reena Varghese is a principal of a middle school, and she's dealing with this kind of problems a lot in her daily life. Thank you for giving
You're
us this
welcome.
opportunity. Okay,
You're welcome.
so what is your opinion about cell phones?
Well, cell phones is kind of like everything, like having a car, or it's something we depend on now. So
Yeah.
that's my opinion. We have to have it. We need it,
Mm.
and we need to learn how to use it wisely, just like
Okay.
anything else.
Yeah, it's sure because especially after COVID, we cannot live without it. So, what is the main issue you're facing in the school? The kids are coming school with the phone or
So no, actually, there's a new law this year
okay.
that's banned cell phones in the schools. So students are no longer allowed to have phones in the schools.
Okay.
So they are strictly depend on their devices, like their Chromebooks and their computers. That's a state law.
Yeah, since we are talking about the cell phones, I'm sure the parents, like to know about how much a student need a cell phone.
So it's not really. Again, schools are not allowed legally. We are not allowed to have students use phones in schools anymore. That's a state law. So it's really about like as a family, what you decide you want your children to have and why.
Okay.
So so as far as the pros in our, I can talk about my family and what we have done when the pros of we gave our children phones. Selah was in the fourth grade and Christian was in the fifth grade. And the main reason they got their phone was because of safety. It had nothing to do with school.
Okay.
At the time, Christian was here in the summer by himself. He had to go to some, classes. So because of that, that is the main reason most parents give their children phones. It's for the reason of safety, so that they can call 911 if they need to. They can easily access you or a trusted adult. And even now, my son is 20 years old. He's 5 hours away. I check his location
Yeah.
5 to 6 times a day. That's just my peace of mind. He doesn't know, but just for my peace of mind.
Okay.
So it is main reason is safety. Another pro that we have personally found that our children had having phones is they have cousins. So growing up, I had cousins in India, in New York. I didn't know them that well,
Okay.
because we didn't communicate that often.
Yeah.
My kids know their cousins like they have in San Francisco, in Chicago, in New York. They're all very close because of their phones, their social media. They know them. They have relationships.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the other reason that I can think of that, like you touched on, is the educational piece. Since, like you said, cell phones were not basically, I don't know, 20 years ago. Cell phones might have been where we picked up the phone to call somebody. That's it.
That's it.
Now it's a computer.
It's a mini computer.
A mini computer in our hands. So yes, there's a lot of uses and a lot of educational aspects and benefits from it.
Yeah.
So that our kids get all of that. So I would say those are the pros to having a device
Yeah.
for students.
And I have a question. If the student coming to school with the cell phone, they have to lock it in the locker,
They have
or
to turn it
they're
off.
not. They have to switch it off, and they can have it, but they have to switch it off.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. And they are not using it for homework purpose.
At home, they can use
You
it
can
for
not,
whatever
not
they
at
need.
school. Ah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
At school, they have their devices. They don't need to.
And if they want to make some phone calls, they have to go to the office and use the phone.
Unless like I had a student who said I need a call. I said, okay, go ahead and get your phone out. So if I give them permission, they
They
do,
can
yeah.
have it. Okay, yeah. That's good. And yes, so the kids need the phone, the safety purpose.
Yes,
And
those are some
yeah.
pros like to consider. I mean, they don't need a phone. We didn't grow up with phones. We were fine.
Yeah, that's true.
But if for your peace of mind, there is a big safety factor to consider. Yeah.
Then what is the disadvantage of having them the phone? When I say the phone, I have to say smartphone.
Yes,
So
yes.
what do you think? What age is appropriate to give kids a smartphone?
That is really up to the family. Like I said, my daughter got it in 4th grade. My son got it in 5th grade, based on the need.
Okay.
But at the same time, my kids came to school with me.
Yeah.
Because as a principal, they came to school with me, so I knew where they were at all times.
Okay.
And at the time, our goal was always, once they start going to a different school where I'm not there, we would give them a phone.
Okay.
So it's really a family decision. But if you want to talk about the cons of cell phone use, I talked about the safety issue and the peace of mind for parents, but there is a huge safety concerns as far as when you give your student or your child a device.
Yeah, we discussed about the advantage of having a cell phone. It is helpful for safety purpose and the educational purpose. So, what is some disadvantage having them a smartphone?
Well, we talked about the safety concerns and the positives, right? And for our peace of mind, for our children to be able to access help if they need it. But there is a disadvantage as far as safety for our children in having this phone in their hand. There's cyberbullying; they can be subject to that. But also, online predators have access to our children, freely on this phone, and they're subject to being scammed easily. So, I mean, huge safety concern in that area as far as, when you can give your 4th grader a phone with, it's like you said, a smartphone. They have access to so much information, and but at the same time, so many people have access to them.
Yeah, I can say that from my experience. I have a lot of kids comes, especially when they have anxiety, depression. When someone is depressed, they feel lonely, and they don't feel like to when they have even with the depression and some anxiety, they don't feel like to go and socialize with other kids. So when they are lonely, they just scroll with the phone, and there is some friend. All of a sudden, there is a friend request.
Yep, absolutely.
And most of them we don't know, most of them are overseas. And we don't know their age, what they are doing, what is the purpose. But yes, and these kids, they are severely depressed. They are looking for someone.
Some connections.
Some connections. And that is ending up with something else.
Absolutely.
And I always tell the kids that I don't think who want to spend time with you, even on the phone, midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., they have some intention.
Absolutely.
I don't think anyone is having a good intention to spend, maybe an adult. Most of the time, this is adult. Adult has got their own responsibilities rather than.
Well, our children don't know that.
Yeah.
A 13-year-old thinks he's talking to another 13-year-old. They don't realize it's probably an adult that's grooming him.
Yeah. And another thing is, these kids are very easily to, some of the kids are engaging in pornography. Have you any kids, any situation like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because pornography is an addiction, and it can get worse. And now, again, 20, 30 years ago, you didn't have easy access to it, but now you do.
Yeah. That's right.
It's right there, and it's surprising because these companies, if your child is looking up, okay, like the White House, if you look up the whitehouse.com, that's a
Yeah.
porn site.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're purposely trying to trick the children, trying to get their interest and then get them to engage in more of that.
Yeah. This also, I can bring you to another scenario. I have a patient came and yes, exposed to this kind of site in young age, and actually an adult forced him to get into that. And in that age, he was not knowing that what he is doing and seeing is inappropriate.
Yeah, because an adult introduced him to it. Yeah.
Introduce him to, and he become addicted to it. Then after that, I come to know that someone through that site is putting him in trouble, blackmailing him,
Oh, okay.
and that end up with severe depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
So cyberbullying is there. Then the second one is, kids can easily get into inappropriate site, and
Sites and relationships.
relationship, and even this is it's not ending with this.
Yeah.
And when you think about, what else are you seeing in your daily cyberbullying and getting into inappropriate site, then are you seeing that these kids are, how they are doing academically?
Academically, they're fine.
They're fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
because again, like I said, we don't use cell phones. It can, there are concerns that cell phones can cause a distraction away from academics and other interests, like, exercising or just socializing. It can cause a distraction in all areas of their life. Academically, we're not seeing that cell phones be a cause of the problem there.
Cell phone may not be a problem for smart kids.
Because- and not just smart kids, but because they are using it when we were allowed to use cell phones, they were using it to do their work.
Okay, yeah. And another thing also, I can see that the kids who has, some ADHD symptoms.
Yes.
Okay, so they get easily distracted. ADHD, it's a, there's a lot to talk about, but I will discuss about that later. But I'm telling, some of the ADHD kids are very sensitive to the noises. Even with minor, they get distracted. And it's not like that also. Even I can say that from my experience, if I am sitting and doing my work and I'm hearing ning, a message, I get temptation too.
Yes.
So that's what I'm telling, that Anna, as an adult, if I have temptation, how that is not possible with a kid. So, when you are not using the cell phone appropriately, it is going to distract you. And if you're not using your time wisely, yes, it will affect your studies too.
So here's as far as ADHD and attention. So if you've seen the videos the kids are watching, they're TikTok videos, or they're less than 5 seconds. So that's how much attention they're paying attention to one video, and then they're on to another video. So that's also training their brain, like to not focus.
But another thing also, when they are doing that, they hyper focus on that. They are on that. If something else
it's a
going on,
different video,
something else is going on, they are not aware of the surroundings. They just hyper focus on that. Then another thing, because when you are in a family, we have responsibilities. Am I right? So when you hyper focus on something, then you are going to be apart from family, and it is going to affect your even social, not only with your friends, your socialization time with your family. The cell phone is taking away. Okay.
So that is a concern. I would absolutely say that are we raising a generation of children or adults that are inept socially? They don't know how to have face-to-face conversations. They don't, gaming is a big enterprise right now, and that's how a lot of kids are socializing is through this gaming.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know how to build relationships
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
in face to face or
Face-to-face.
meet people,
Yeah.
go to a job interview.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a concern.
And it reminds me one more thing. For example, if somebody is in a relationship, it's boyfriend girlfriend, it's a normal thing. So if in our time, if we have some relationship, if some issue happen, if I am angry with my, if some issue happen with my boyfriend, then if I have next day to reply for that. Yeah, and there is no way. Even next day, I don't think it is possible. But nowadays, everything is instant.
Yeah.
Even not only with the boyfriend, if you have some issue with your friend, you are not getting time to think about and react wisely. But if we have the time period of not contacting them, then whatever it happened, it gave us time to think about it calmly. Then maybe after a sleep next day you go there, half of the things you may be forgot or forgiven, or your friend is coming and smiling good morning, you forgive or forget. But with the cell phone, it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and
I
forth.
mean, that can be in any situation.
Any situation.
Yeah,
I'm not talking
right.
about
Like,
the kids. Yeah.
yeah, that can. I think you like you said that you had a day to calm down, but at the same time now you have immediate time to reconcile,
Yeah.
right? So again, it is cell phones are not good or bad. They're just a tool for us to use, but
Yeah.
it's finding that balance,
Okay.
and especially with children, look, we have to teach them. We are the adults. We have to teach them how to find that balance. With when you give them this device, it's just if you give them a bicycle, you teach them how to use it. If you give them a car, you teach them how to drive the car. Now you're giving this is like you said, a smartphone. It is. There's a lot now you're putting into their hands. You've got to teach them how to use it
And they are
wisely.
getting exposure to the whole wide
Absolutely.
world.
So
Yeah,
it's
not
up to
like
you.
it's
Don't-
not like, and there is a lot of good and bad things. Okay. As we all know, anyway, whatever it is nowadays, in this, with all this current technology and medias, or the fast life, safety concern, educational purpose, we cannot live without a cell phone. So even the kids, they need it. So how we can help them? So how we can help them to use it in a healthy manner?
Again, like I said, it is educating your children. Like when you give them a bike, I said, when you give them a bike, you teach them how to ride the bike. When you
Okay.
give them a car, you teach them how to drive the car. You give them a cell phone, you set some parameters, and you teach them how to use it wisely. One main thing is setting boundaries. We're turning the phone off during meals, because that conversation within families, it doesn't replace real relationships. Set limits on, okay, you give me your phone. I for a while now, my kids are grown, but they didn't take their phones to sleep. They put it down in my room. So like you said, that tinging or that ringing, it didn't disturb them at night. So,
And since you are explaining about the setting limits, and yes, I have to say something about while you are eating. Food, there is a way for the food to eat. You have to visualize it and taste it, enjoy it, chew it properly and swallow it properly. So what happened? Someone is using phone, some of them are overeating.
yep,
They
there's a
didn't
connection.
even, they don't even
to
pay
childhood
attention.
obesity and watching this device because they're just eating.
Just keep going on eating. And some of them are too busy on their phone. They are too lazy to get up and go and eat. And even someone calling, also they don't want to get out, because one after another videos are coming and they are engaging on that. So we can see with as a, when I am talking about the the cons about the cell phone is like either weight gaining or weight losing. That also is included. So that is very good, putting set limits on
Absolutely,
using
yes.
phone while eating.
Well, setting it limits, period. Like, okay, you come home, you spend, I don't know, 30 minutes, an hour on it, but now get off. and that's disconnecting from all technology. Don't just because you get off your phone, don't go get on your computer. Disconnect. It's very important for the brain. And then go outside, go play outside, go swim, go play with the dogs. And that's what I tell my kids. Just do anything that's not on a device.
Device.
So that setting boundaries, and that's as a parent, that's what you have to do. I think the other thing that we talked about is we touched on the safety concerns, and is teaching your children digital safety and responsibility, because it is a huge responsibility. Just like having a car is a huge responsibility, having a cell phone, a smartphone is a huge responsibility. Since they were little, my children were little, we have told them anything you put on the World Wide Web is forever. Just because you delete it, it's still there.
They're still there.
So, and as an employer, when I interview somebody, I go look at their social media accounts. Just see. So that's out there. That's out there forever. So, don't wait on somebody. Don't wait on the school or the church or somebody else to teach your children this. You have to teach them this. You have to have these conversations.
Can you please talk more about the digital responsibilities?
I can. When I taught elementary, or when I worked in elementary school, we had a whole day of digital citizenship and responsibility. Mainly, it's teaching children how to use their devices responsibly. If you're given this smart device, what can happen? Don't share your information with strangers. I don't care if you think they're your best friend now. You've never met them. You don't know who they are. And we have open, frank conversations with our kids. That could be some 50-year-old man trying to, get you to meet him somewhere. Don't do it. So that's digital responsibility. Anything you put on the World Wide Web, right now, if you put it out on there, it's there forever. You can delete it tomorrow, but it's still there. Someone can find it later. And I told them, as an employer, I look at people's social media accounts. I Google their names. And then a huge part of digital responsibility is thinking before you post something. Cyberbullying is big right now, especially with teenagers. They're so emotional and they get so caught up in their social relationships, and they don't think before they post, and ruin a relationship forever. So that is, yes, as a school we did teach that, but I do feel like it is a parent's responsibility to continue talking about that at home.
Okay. And what you think, is it correct, the parents to check their phone, or parents has access to the kids' telephone?
Yeah. I'm paying for it. It's
Okay, yeah.
well, I mean, and I don't have to do that right now with my kids at the age they're at.
No, I'm talking about the younger
When
kids.
they were younger,
not
yeah.
about your kids. I'm talking about when you are buying and giving a kid a telephone. So is it good idea? We used to check
That's fine.
random.
I don't see a problem with that.
Random. We used to check random. Then until and unless we are feeling safe, then we let it. But I think it is a good idea to have access to their phones.
Yeah.
And random checking.
So when they were younger, we would have them leave their phones in our room, and yeah, I would check it every day sometimes.
Okay. And even, when we talk about sleep hygiene, and one thing, very important thing is the use of limit the use of cell phone before go to bed. That cell phone, TV, all the devices has got blue light. And your brain is going to, the blue light is like a daylight. So your brain is, if you use the cell phone just before go to bed, your brain is still activated.
Yeah,
Your brain is going to tell you still daytime. So that is going to affect your sleep also. And yes, I think it is good for the kids not to keep their cell phone in their room while they are sleeping.
I agree.
Yeah, because there will be a lot of people awake to make chat with them, make friendship with them. The kids are so innocent, and even someone send a message, automatically we don't think about it. At least we will say, do you know me? Who are you? Yeah. So it's better not to use in the bedroom, and it is better not to use. What about a school children after school? What do you think? how we can put some time limit?
That's up to the parents.
Parent,
Yeah, I mean, when we got home, we set limits. We said, you can use it maybe for an hour and then turn it in. And we really just said off of all technology. Just go outside. They played basketball. They would swim or, do. And there's things to do at the house. Like you have your responsibilities. Clean your room. Take out the trash. You can't just sit here on this device all day.
Okay, that's good. And anything else to be added for putting boundaries or for the parents too?
I think just like anything else, it's important for parents to. I think a lot of us think, okay, they'll learn it, or oh, my kids know not to talk to strangers. But the truth is, they don't know how to navigate this whole world of virtual predators, people. So you have to have conversations, whether it's about technology or anything else that's important to you. You have to have conversations with your children and let them know what is out there, what can be expected, because they're young. They don't know. They think they know everything. Trust me, I have teenagers. They think they know everything, but they don't. And whether you think they're listening or not, they are listening. And it is your responsibility as parents it's our responsibility as parents to guide our children in making healthy choices.
Yeah, okay. And I think this video is helpful. And if you guys has got any more questions about it, ask. And we all are learning. It's not like it's not like okay, the things has to be this. It can be, all these things can be flexible according to your situation, your family situation, your kids situation. But it's always good to put boundaries, set limits on cell phone use, especially for the kids. I hope this video help you guys, and thank you, Reena, for giving
Thank you for
me
having
this
me.
opportunity. I hope this video helped for you all. Thank you for watching.